into 3 minus 2 h cube by 6. So this value. One of the h square, h gets cancelled, we have, and also 3, therefore pi r cos theta we have missed. Cos theta here, this cos theta here, pi r sigma m cos theta into 3 r into h square we have got. Now substitute sigma value and cos theta value. So pi r h square by 3m we write. Sigma value is, sigma was m by pi r l. Pi r l is under root h square plus r square. Sigma is m by pi r l, m divided by pi r under root r square plus h square. And cos theta as diagram, cos theta is h by under root r square plus h square. That also we write cos theta. Cos theta is the denominator. Denominator is h by under root h square plus r square. H square, r square, h square under root r square gets cancelled. One of these h's gets cancelled, r gets cancelled, pi gets cancelled, m gets cancelled. We have h by 3. So h by 3 is center of mass location. H by 4 was a solid cone. H by 3 we are getting location of center of mass of a hollow cone measured from base center on y-axis. H by 3 is ycm. So like this, using integration method, we can determine regular continuous bodies like this. Center of mass of continuous bodies we can determine. So next we go for motion of center of mass of system of particles. Now we have so far concentrated on locating the center of mass. First we learned how to locate the center of mass. Next we will consider the case of motion of center of mass of a system of particles. See, coordinate of center of mass of a system is RCM. Position vector of center of mass of the system is 1 by m sigma mi if the system is discrete, or integral rdm 1 by m integral rdm if the system is continuous. Now first we will consider the case of discrete system. Discrete system, RCM is position vector of center of mass, Ri is position vector of ith particle, Mi is the mass of the ith particle, and m is mass of the total system. This we can write 1 by m, expanding this summation individual terms when we write m1 r1 plus m2 r2 plus m3 r3 and so on. Let there be n particles of the system, mn rn, divided, this is the value, that is summation is this. So mi we can write. These are the coordinates of the individual particles, r1, r2, rn. m1, m2, m3 are the all these are the mass, corresponding mass of the particles. Therefore, position vector of the center of mass is this. This already we know how to write. Next one is motion of center of mass. Motion of center of mass is change in position of the center of mass. Change in position vector of the center of mass, drc m by dt. Rate of change of position vector of the center of mass, we call it as velocity of center of mass. Differentiating this with respect to time, we get center of mass velocity, which is nothing but, here what about the mass? What kind of system we are considering? There are two kinds of systems are there for system of particles. One is constant mass system and variable mass system. What is meant by constant system? When a system is concerned, during the course of motion, no mass or no particles enter into the system or no particles leave the system. In such cases, total mass of the system is said to be constant. But when some mass is entering or some particles are entering in the system or leaving the system during the course of motion, we call it as variable mass system. First, we are considering the constant mass system. Consider a constant mass system. Total mass of the system supposed to be constant. That is, m is a constant. Total mass of the system is a constant. For variable mass system, the same cannot be taken as constant. That's all, only difference. Now we are considering only constant mass system, for which the rate of change of center of mass, position vector, is called velocity of center of mass, and m anyhow is constant. We write 1 by m. Then mass of the particles will not be changing. Mass of the system may be changing. Mass of the particles are not changing individually. So m1 into dr1 by dt plus m2 into dr2 by dt and so on mn into drn by dt. So this gives you the velocity, that is velocity of center of mass is obtained here. Then what is dr1 by dt? Rate of change of position vector of the first particle. That is nothing but velocity of the first particle. This is velocity of the second particle, and so on. This is velocity of the nth particle. Therefore, we can write velocity of center of mass as 1 by m into m1 v1 plus m2 v2, where v1, v2, v3 are velocities of the individual particles, mn vn. Or this also can be written as 1 by f sigma mi vi. So therefore, velocity of center of mass we can write similar to that of expression RCM. RCM, position vector of center of mass, we wrote like this. Similarly, velocity of center of mass we can write as VCM is 1 by m sigma mi vi. Now we will try to concentrate on this, where total mass of the system into center of mass, we bring here mass here, is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2 and so on. And at the end we have mn into vn, where we are considering a system of n particles. So what we have is this equation. In this we know mass into velocity is called linear momentum. This is what denoted by letter P1. P1 is the linear momentum of the first particle. This is linear momentum of the second particle, and so on, linear momentum of the nth particle. It is the vector sum of linear moment of individual particles of the system, making up total linear momentum of the system. It is P total value. P is now total linear momentum. So vector sum of linear moment of the individual particles of the system make up total linear momentum of the system. Now total linear momentum of the system is same as mass of the system into velocity of center of mass. Therefore, we can conclude here that the system is behaving in such a way that the total mass of the system is concentrated at its center of mass as m, total mass of the system as if it is concentrated at the center of mass as a point mass m, and the total system is whose center of mass is moving with the center of VCM. Therefore, this is nothing but center of mass linear momentum. Center of mass linear momentum is same as the total linear momentum of the system. The advantage by this analysis is, though individual particles of the system are moving, may have different linear momenta, instead of focusing instead of analyzing each and every particle motion, which may be involving a very large number of particles, which is very difficult to concentrate on each and every particle. Instead of concentrating on each and every particle, analyzing individual motion, about the system, total motion of the system can be analyzed by focusing our attention on a single particle, that is what we call it as center of mass. Therefore, center of mass is now representing the system of particles as well as their linear momentum is concerned. Therefore, linear momentum of the system, instead of calculating the total linear momentum of the system individually and adding them up, we can focus our attention on center of mass and calculate the momentum of center of mass, and therefore that comes out to be the same as that. So therefore, center of mass is considered as representative of a system here in translation motions. Linear momentum is a parameter corresponding to translation motion. So PCM is P total. Now, this is what we call it as total linear momentum of the system. Next, we go for differentiation. So, assuming m constant, m into dvc m by dt, that is rate of change of velocity of center of mass of a constant mass system,